Hey everyone, it's Raleigh. Today I'm doing a tour review of the Crayola Marker Airbrush kit. And I picked this up at my local toy store for about $20 Canadian. So let's have a look at the box. So it's got the machine, some markers, some stencils. So let's open up so we can take a closer look. So here's everything that comes inside. So we've got the machine up here, and I'll give you a closer look in a second. It also comes with a selection of markers. Those are the regular pipsqueak markers, and then these are 4 fabric markers. And then it also comes with 4 sets of stencils. So the first one is like butterflies and leaves. There's a peace sign on this one too. This one has dragons and a sun and a lightning bolt. And there's 2 more. Now I didn't pop kind of the stencils out of these ones, but this one has like sea life, sharks, and jellyfish. And the last one it comes with is like a space theme with planets and rocket ships. And then it also comes with 20 sheets of paper and an instruction guide. Here's a closer look at the machine, and it comes all together assembled. And so here's the little sort of device you'll use. You'll put your markers in the top there and then squeeze the trigger, and this is what the main body of it looks like. And it has a little locking feature, so when you're ready to use it, and the idea here is you sort of pump it up. So you just unlock the lid and start pumping, and you would do this kind of right way up, but just to give you an idea of what it looks like. And here it is upright, and so just to give you an idea, it's just like a little hand pump. So we'll get going on our first one, and you'll see on the stencil it's really cool too, because even along the edges of the stencil there's different shapes that you can use too. So it took about 12 pumps to get it ready, and you'll feel it when it's kind of full and you can't pump anymore. So you just pop the marker in the top and then spray away. So let's have a look. Cool. Okay, next I'm going to try a butterfly, and as you'll see, it's one thing, these stencils are really cool, but they pack a lot in and you kind of have to block them off. And as you can see, the thing is when you're using this machine, it's blowing air out, so it sort of blows some of the papers off, but it is a really cool effect. So let's see what our butterfly looks like. Cool. So I've been playing around a little. I'm just pumping up the machine, and I'm working on a sun now. And as you can see, I did have to kind of put a bunch of papers around a block, and you'll see my fingers are getting really colored now, so definitely use washable markers. So I did a sun with yellow, orange in the middle, and I'm just doing some pink around the edges to see what it looks like. What I'm really impressed with, though, is that it just comes out looking so kind of cool and professional because of all the sharp edges. And it would be really neat because, of course, you can make your own stencils, which would be really fun and creative. But let's take a look and see how this one turned out, and then I'll make one more with you guys. Okay. And I think that turned out pretty cool. And you can see on the top I did a dragon earlier with some flames. So I'm going to work on a butterfly now. I'll just do a little bit and then I'll fast forward through. So yeah, this really is pretty easy to use. Just put the marker in and spray. The spray lasts about a minute or so, minute and a half, and then but it only takes about 10 seconds to pump up the machine again, which is pretty cool. So here's what my butterfly looks like now that I'm all done. I think that came out pretty cool. There's some hearts I did on the top there and the lightning bolt. I think that came out pretty well. So here's some of the other things that I made. So I think that this was just an awesome set. So I think this is a good value. It's easy to use right out of the box. It has a really good final effect. Doesn't require any special airbrush markers, but you can use fabric markers, which is neat. It's a little tricky to use the stencils, but they are cool. And it can be a little messy, but there's lots of opportunity for imagination and learning, like making your own stencils, playing with color. Overall, I think it's a great buy. It can be used lots of different ways. I also think it would be a really neat activity at a kid's party. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe.